What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Miss Confident, and I'm back with another YouTube video. This particular video, of course, according to the title of the video, is going to be about the season 4 premiere of the show Bring It, or Dancing Dolls, whichever one you guys refer to it as. Myself, I refer to it as Dancing Dolls, and I know a lot of people do also, but the name of the show, the official name, is Bring It. Or you guys may call it DD4L also. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into it. This particular episode premiered Friday, November 24th, 2017, which was this past Friday. It was back with the premiere of the show. I won't lie, I did not, unfortunately, get to watch the whole entire show. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm going to make a video just to let you guys know where I've been and just everything that why I haven't posted videos in a couple of days. This holiday has thrown us all off of whack. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the video. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes because I did not do the video Friday like I intended on doing with so much going on. So I had to just jot down the things that I did remember from this episode. Let me start off by saying I did suspect that the episode, I thought that the episode was going to be a little bit more interesting, a little bit more popping. Not saying that it was boring or it wasn't popping, but just for a season premiere, I guess because they thought that they put the whole thing as far as with Christiana being on the Divas of Olive Branch's team, that they thought that that was just going to be enough to carry the first episode, which I feel like it should have been a little bit more. They did have some more people on the show, some new characters, some new soloists, and things like that. But I feel like it could have been so much more to just brought a little bit more for the first episode at the least. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Princess from the Prancing Tigerettes, which was, if you guys remember, Quincy, who is one of Coach D's arch nemesis, one of the many, but he's the coach of the Prancing Tigerettes. And if you guys remember an episode where the Prancing Tigerettes was up against DD4L, the Dancing Dolls, and Princess was the captain of the Prancing Tigerettes. Now, I was wondering, because normally when you're a captain, you don't switch teams like that. So I was really wondering like what was going on with Princess being now on the Dancing Dolls. I read somewhere, I don't know how true it is, so do not quote me. Don't say, well, that's not true, because I got to talk to you guys anyway, because y'all been doing the most since I've been gone. But I have been replying to the comments and the all of the above I've been replying to, but you guys have been doing the most. And I don't think it's even my confident comrades. It's these people that don't really want to support nobody, but got the most to say. But like I said, I was just wondering like why she went to DD4L. And I read somewhere online that they said the reason she went to DD4L is because her and her mom had an altercation, had got into it with Quincy, who is the coach of the Prancing Tigerettes. So I don't know what the altercation was about. I don't know what the disagreement was about, but now she's on the Dancing Dolls, and Coach D gave her a solo already. Now, Coach D was very impressed with Princess on the previous episode that Princess was featured on when she was doing her solo captain thing on the Prancing Tigerettes. She did note that she was impressed with her. She was an awesome dancer. But I kind of feel like, I don't know if it's, how sometimes okay, say for instance, let me give you an example. Say if you were on a basketball team and you were the star of that basketball team, but then you go to another team that these people, may have had more training in the sport, may have had, parents who actually put them in some camps and different things. So once you get on that team, you're not as good as you thought you was, or it's a little bit more challenging. I personally feel like that's what's going on with Princess. I feel like maybe the choreography that Quincy was giving Princess when she was on the the Prince and Tigerettes, maybe it was a little bit more easier or less complex than the counts and the choreography that Coach D has given Princess. But I don't even know if Princess made up her own solo, actually. I didn't catch that part. So if she made up her own solo, then maybe I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong. But if Coach D made it up, I can definitely see that being one of Princess's problems. Now, the debate is not out that Princess cannot dance, because Princess can dance her tail off. We definitely saw that in the episode where she was doing her thing on the Prince and Tigerettes. But she was a little bit slow. She slipped on the grass when they were doing the routine. Coach D said she slipped because the grass was wet. I hope that was the case, because the other girls wasn't slipping in their routines, and Christiana didn't slip. And, we're not going to go there, but I don't know. That's what Coach D said. She slipped because the grass was wet. And it probably was wet. I don't know. I'm not saying it wasn't. But I think she definitely knows that it's going to be a lot harder. And she's going to have to work a lot harder on DD4L, being that they're probably a little bit more technical, especially since Coach D has started to incorporate other styles besides bucking and majorette dance styles on the team. So she's definitely going to have to get on the dancing dolls and work her tail off. I have faith in Princess, though. I want to see a little bit more from her and her mom, as far as just to see if they could possibly be one of my favorites as far as the cast goes. I don't know. We'll have to see as the show goes on, as the season goes on. Maybe at the end of the season, I might be even saying Princess is my favorite. You never know. You never know. You may be even saying it. Never say never. It is just the first episode. Okay, next we're going to go to the parents, DDP, the dancing doll parents, getting locked out of like the parental waiting room or whatever. Coach D said something about they had been fighting, fussing, arguing, and all kind of stuff, and that's why they got kicked out. I saw like the preview where they had the chain on the door, and Mimi, I think Brandon, who's this, the twins, Angel and Angela's uncle, the twins, Sanjay's sisters, Star and Sky, their mom, I didn't see Tina. Oh, and Faith's mom. They all went up to the door and was shaking, and it was a chain on it. And Miss Diana walked up and she was just like, y'all got the boot. So I didn't see too much more on that. Like I said, I did not catch the whole episode, but I did see that part in like a little preview thing. So I would definitely have to check back on that. And then when I do the next video for the second episode of this season 4 E, we would definitely talk about that. Next, the field show, when Miss Neva, who is the coach and the director of the Divas of Olive Branch. Yes, Divas of Olive Branch. And when she came on the field on the float, and Christiana was waving like, I love Christiana. And Brittany was also on the float, also with her little mask. She put on her mask and stuff, like when Miss D came behind the float. And they were like, Miss D was being funny and the crowd was going crazy. And Neva thought the crowd was going crazy because of what she was doing and because she came out there. I guess because she probably thought they're going crazy because they see Brittany and Christiana out here on my float. So they're probably going crazy. But they were going crazy and absolutely ballistic because Coach D came behind the float and was acting a dog plum fool, and they were going crazy. But what Coach D did was she actually, I feel, pushed the judges to award Neva as the winner, and it backfired on her. So sometimes that can be a life lesson, and that's one thing that I'm trying to learn myself with these fools that come on my page, that I'm not forcing them to watch my videos. I'm not forcing nobody to give me a view, because whether you like the video or you don't, you giving me a view. If you don't put those two and two things together to make 4, you making 5 or 3 and you trying to make 4. But that's the life lesson for me. Sometimes you got to let a fool be a fool. You got to know when to talk, when to speak up, when to block, when to mute, and just keep it moving. And that's what Coach D should have did. She should have just, when she seen that mockery coming out and Christiana and Whitney on the float with the Divas of Olive Branch and Neva on there doing all that, you should have just let it went. When it came towards you, when the hate come towards you, just either lean back like Fat Joe, or you need to do the Matrix, or you need to do something. You need to do the Matrix, the dance Ciara used to always do. Yeah, you need to do that. And I'm telling myself that too, because sometimes we want to pop off, but sometimes we got to just accept what the fools got. Don't accept it, but just accept that these are some fools out here, and we just got to keep it moving. Okay, let's see. We talked about that. Yes, importantly, like I just talked about, Christiana and Whitney going to Neva's team, which is the Divas of Olive Branch, out of all teams. Now, let me tell you something. I kind of felt like, I don't feel like if Christiana was to go to another team that I would be like, oh, like, she's not one of those members of the team that I would just be so shocked that, you know, if she went to another team, because when I saw her crying on last season about being overlooked for solos, and which I do feel like she is, but I do feel like in Coach D's defense, Christiana was messing up a lot, and I think it was so much, because from my understanding, Christiana was doing cheerleading and she was doing dancing. Now, I don't know if she ended up quitting cheerleading. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of why Christiana all of a sudden started to mess up on routines and forget. Maybe she had a lot going on. I know she lost her dad. If not last year, the year before last. If not last season, the season before that. But she did start messing up. So maybe Coach D was just looking at it like, it's not like you don't, you know what I'm saying, have time. Christiana was one of the youngest members on the team as far as the leading cast cast of Dancing Dolls. So I don't know how Coach D was looking at it and from what angle. But when you're trying to win, sometimes it's nothing personal. But I do know how, and I can understand how Christiana and Whitney feels. Sometimes you feel like, okay, we uphill a lot as well as the other people. But you're not worrying about the other people. You worried about you. So you saying, okay, I'm missing work. I can't work like I want to. I can't socialize like I want to. I can't cheerlead how I want to. I can't do this how I want to. I can't sleep how I want to, because I'm doing so much and I'm putting so much into it to just be overlooked all the time. So I definitely understand that. But like I was saying, if she would have went to like the Purple Diamonds, or I don't know, maybe the Purple Diamonds, or like some other couple of teams that are really good. I don't know, but just to go to Neva, I was reading just some tea. I drank my fresh old water. But I was reading somewhere that it's all just basically a lie. It's all a lie. I'm running out of video, so let me hurry up. That it's a lie that Christiana is basically going to be back on Dancing Dolls, and that she only went because it was the production's idea from Lifetime to do this spinoff thing where Christiana and Whitney went to the Divas of Olive Branch, and then they're going to eventually come back to the Dancing Dolls. Stay confident. Love you guys. Subscribe, like, comment this video. Gotta go. About to run out of time.